Let's take a more in-depth look at different variable types. So if we say my name is equal to Fred, that is a string variable. If we say my num is equal to 405, that's an integer. If we say my num is equal to 405.00, that is a real number. And there are all different data types. And there are a dozen different data types. We're just going to look at these three for now. If we try and print these just as using the print command, print my name, that will be fine. If we do print my num, that will be fine as well, even though it's an integer. Print, oh, we need to change that to my num2. Let's change that to my num2. Print my num2. All three of those will work fine. And the reason they will work fine is that if you send a variable, just a variable, to the print command, it will print it out. It will convert whatever you send it to text and print it out. But the minute we try and concatenate a string to a different data type, it's going to blow up. So we can't do print my my number is plus my num. That will blow up. So we have to again change that to a string. str left paren back and run it. Now, with these data types, we can do things with them. So we can say we know that my num is 405, right? So if we do my num is equal to my num plus 5, now when we print my num, the value is no longer going to be 405, it's going to be 410 because we've added 5 to that number. And because it's an integer, we can add 5 to it. If we try and do the same thing to a string, so if we say my name is equal to my name plus 5, and then print my name, watch what happens. It blows up because we can't add a value to a string. So if we're going to be doing math, we can only do math on data types that allow us to do math. For now, we're going to look at reals and integers. So if we're going to do math, we saw addition. How do you think we do the subtraction? My num is equal to my num minus 5. Now remember, because we added 5 and subtract 5, and let's get rid of that because we know that doesn't work anymore. We're going to copy my num back down. We can say number's 405, we add 5 to it, we get 410, then we subtract 5 from it, and we get 405. And if we can do subtraction and addition, you think we can do something a little bit harder, like multiplication. My num, and we use the asterisk for that, times 5, and then we print my num, and we run that, and sure enough, 405 times 5 is 2025. And if we can do addition, subtraction, multiplication, my num is equal to my num, and we do divided by 5, and we print my num, and we run that, and sure enough, 405 divided by 5 is not 405.0. Oh, it is. It's 2025 divided by 5 now. It's 405. And the division is converting it from an integer now into a real number, because now it has a 0.0. And this is one of the frustrating things for programmers who know other languages, because the data types in Python change. Python doesn't care. It's not a strongly typed language. The types change on the fly. We can change the data type anytime we want. And if you're used to programming in other languages, that is a hard concept to wrap your head around. It's some of the reasons why people don't like Python, but it's one of the reasons that novice programmers like it, because, whatever they do, they're not going to have an error message for the most part when they try and print it out, as long as they remember, I got to convert to a string to print it out. And that's how we do simple math in Python.